Hi everybody, this is Angie from Tourangie.com, and this is Princeton, West Virginia. Once again, I'm taking a right now onto Park Avenue, and eventually when the road ends, I will take another right onto Low Gap Road. That road takes us to the Lilly Grove area, and that is where I'm going to have most of my focus today, driving around Lilly Grove. If you're interested, I have done another Low Gap Road video and a couple others with roads near Lilly Grove. I'll have them in the area where you can click on in this video if you want to look at those, but where they go into Gardner and down that large mountain. It's a pretty neat little video. But we're going to talk about Lilly Grove and the name Lilly a lot during this video. So Lilly Grove is basically just a little community here in Princeton. It's mostly just houses, lots of streets, just a little, housing area Lilly Grove is. But there is one church over there, and it's called the Lilly Grove Baptist Church. And it's on 1012 Oakwood Avenue. I do not go down Oakwood, and I hate that I missed it while driving through, but I'll point it out in the video of where you would take a left to go down Oakwood to where the church is. But I've got a little bit of information about the church. So basically, it began due to concern with the First Baptist Church in 1949. This was a community, and they needed another church in the area. So the First Baptists TEL class, directed by Mr. and Mrs. T.M. Johnson and Mr. and Mrs. Burns Warnell, surveyed the community, and a Sunday school class was begun in the home of Mr. and Mrs. Lovett. Then the Lilly Land Company donated the land to the TEL class and donated the first $100 for the land, and 15 of the community's men donated their time and labor to build the church. So remember that name, the Lilly Land Company. I'll be talking about it more in detail a little bit later. So excavation began on August of 1949 and progressed through the winter. While the men worked, women brought hot meals. The basement was poured one freezing day, and men stayed all night smoothing out the concrete and building fires to keep the concrete from freezing. On November 26, 1950, the church, debt-free, was dedicated. An educational wing was added and dedicated in August of 1973. So Dr. James Zambus was the dean of Bluefield College. He was actually the first pastor of the church. And there has been many ministers and missionaries from the church. The church is a member of the Southern Baptist Convention and the West Virginia Convention of Southern Baptists and the Mountain State Baptist Association. So I figured I would talk just a little bit about it because that is the main feature of Lilly Grove, except for all the houses, because this is a community over here. Now we're coming to the top of this hill, and this is Low Gap Road that I'm on. And I've always felt in my eyes that once I got to the top of this hill, well, it's not this hill, it's maybe this next hill. When I get to the stop sign and take a left to go to Lilly Grove, this whole area I have always thought of as Lilly Grove. I spent a lot of time here as a child in the area. I had friends over here, and here's that stop sign I was talking about. So why is it called Lilly Grove? Well, obviously it's because of the Lilly Land Company. So we're going to talk about the Lilly Land Company and the name with the people with the last name Lilly. It's a very common name for people in southern West Virginia, Mercer County, Raleigh County. And let's do a little bit more discussion about that, because we are now in what I call Lilly Grove. So this is Thornton Avenue, and right now I'm taking a right on Pearl Street. So go down this hill. There's a road that cuts over to the left, and that is Oakwood Avenue. It's just down the hill just a little bit. And that's the road where the church is that I was talking about. And shame on me for not driving up that road. I continue on down Pearl Street to Sunrise Avenue. And then I believe I get on Gale Street. So I'm going to continue talking about the Lillys. So one of the most important men in Princeton was Johnson H. Lilly, and he was born near Camp Creek in 1877, and actually in 1914 he organized the Lilly Land Company. Now, before the Lilly Land Company, when he was at Camp Creek, he had a portable sawmill, and it is said that he cut 25 million feet of lumber with that sawmill. He then, in 1906, came to Princeton and began buying and selling real estate. And out of those operations, he organized and incorporated the Lilly Land Company. Of course, he was president and general manager then. So that's why I mentioned Lilly Grove, or I'm in Lilly Grove to talk about the Lillys, but Johnson Lilly was the one that donated the land to that church that I should have went down on Oakwood Road. So I apologize for not going down that road. But we're still in Lilly Grove, so I'm going to continue talking about Lilly. So in 1920, he became interested in the Bank of Princeton, and afterwards it became the Princeton Bank and Trust Company. And I found this in the Princeton Times, according to William Sanders, Lilly had been turned down for a loan to get married by the bank and vowed then that someday he would run the bank, in which he did. He ended up serving as president of both companies, the bank and the land trust. He also served as president of the Princeton Chamber of Commerce. There was a lot of things that he did in Princeton. So one of the things I wanted to point out, back at the time of the Lilly Land Company, it was the only real estate firm south of the Kanawha River to remain solvent during the Great Depression. So I think that's a good little interesting fact. So with talking about the Lillys, there's so much to talk about with the Lillys, including Johnson Lilly. But right now I'm going to mention just a couple more on the streets. I believe I'm on Union Drive now. I think I maybe spent a little bit of time on Bain Street, but I've got distracted on my talking and what roads I'm actually on, so I apologize for that. But let's talk a little bit more about the Lillys. So if you're from southern West Virginia or West Virginia in general, you know that Lilly is a very common last name, and there is a huge family reunion and Flat Top area of Mercer County. It's right there at the border of Raleigh County. So there are lots of people with the last name Lilly in Raleigh County, Mercer County, even Summers County. Well, Johnson Lilly, the one with the bank company, or the Bank of Princeton and the Lilly Land Trust, he was one of the 5 original people to start the Lilly family reunion. And this reunion has basically been going on since the 1930s in Flat Top. I think it missed 5 years due to the United States being in war. But it's one of the longest family reunions in the United States, or longest running family reunions in the United States. It started off with around maybe 1,000 people, and now there could be like 10,000 people coming to the reunions. So that's a really big deal for southern West Virginia. But I'm not going to talk about that on this video too much. I've already mentioned it enough. I just wanted to mention it since Johnson Lilly was one of the 5 first people to begin the foundations for the Lilly family reunion. Also, digging back in just a little bit of the history I found online, the ancestry is French. So if you're a Lilly, you might have some French ancestry. So anyway, this is Angie from Tourangie.com. I hope you've enjoyed a little bit of this roaming around in the Lilly Grove area of Princeton, residential area. I spent a lot of time over here when I was a kid. And the next video I will show will be leaving Lily Grove and heading back to downtown Princeton. But there's a real scary road I will be driving on. And I want to show that in the next video. So I'll be cutting this video off now, or here in just a couple minutes. Well, a couple seconds actually. Talk to you all later. Take care. So a shout out, one more thing, a shout out to Princeton Times, Bluefield Daily Telegraph, the history books from the Mercer County Historical Society. I'm sure there's many other things that I can contribute to helping me find information to tell you all in these videos. So I had to give them a shout out. Talk to y'all later.